Hey guys, I put out a couple videos on how I was able to, um, I guess you could say, heal myself or heal others with thought and feeling. So to enhance or change the physical environment with what you're producing inside. And this is and that's only happened very rarely. I did it once to myself. I did it once with someone else. And I've had it done to me once. And when I'm saying had it done or did it, I'm talking about like an extremely obvious. There's no way that there's like a misunderstanding here. Like this shit is real. So I severely sprained my ankle, um, bad in a basketball game. It was horrible. Like I am pretty good. It's when I get in sports when I get injured, I pretty much can just like quote unquote walk it off. But boom, I mean I can't believe it wasn't broken. I've never broken my ankle, but man, I mean, you know that cereal, Rice Krispies. It goes snap, crackle, pop. Well, that's what my for about 2 seconds as it was happening. I was like my ankle going crunch, 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 crunch. It was just bad, really bad. It's so so painful. Oh my god. Oh my goodness. Talk about hopping on one leg for a while. So so yeah, it was pretty bad. So yeah, no couldn't really put any pressure on it. Um, Swell up really big. It easily was easily double the size of a normal ankle. Could have been as much as three times. It was between double and triple size. I mean, it was really swollen. Every color in the freaking rainbow. I mean, it was bad. At least from my experience. I'm sure some people have far worse stories to share. But for me, I jacked my ankle up bad. So I had a buddy who his mom taught him how to work with his mind and energy and think of Mr. Miyagi from the Karate Kid. If you've seen that movie, I'm talking about the older Karate Kid from the '80s, Mr. Miyagi, and he goes like this, and he rubs his hands and helps the like we're talking, I don't know, energy healing. There's different ways to call it. There's different ways. I'll probably have the word Reiki in the heading because that's kind of a common word to describe this type of energy exchange. Or if you want to go to a deeper level, it's promoting a shift. So you shift into a version of yourself that doesn't have the injury, I guess. This is kind of like different. These are words, and it's really hard sometimes to define and explain things using something so limited as words. But that's the best we got right now, right? When it comes to this kind of communication. So yes. So this guy about my age, he basically told me that he could help me out. And I had learned about the stuff before. This was not new to me, what he was going to try and do. But this was the first time I was going to actually see it up close and personal and actually have it be done on me. Yeah. And I was not skeptical of the ability to do this. I was well aware this stuff happens. I was a little skeptical that it was going to work in this specific situation to me at that time and that day. But anyway, I was definitely interested in it, and yeah, he worked on it. He just kind of used his hands from a distance, maybe like 6 inches away, and he was just kind of closing his eyes and doing what he does, and probably about 5 minutes worth. And I didn't really notice much. I think it felt a little warm, but that could have been in my head. Yeah, so it was not much when it came to like physical, tangible sensations. And then when he was done, there was no change in appearance or how it felt. Still hurt like hell. Okay. But here's the cool part. Here's the cool part. The next, I went to bed. Oh, I went to bed that night. I went to bed that night, and holy shit! Sorry if this kid's watching. I apologize for the vulgar language, but holy shit, did it hurt so bad that it was worse that not well no the worst was when it first happened, but then that day it was throbbing or whatever. No, I didn't want to go to the doctors. I just if my leg falls off, yeah, I'll go to the doctors. But yeah, I figured if it's not broken, I'll heal on my own. It's fine. That's how I generally always am. But anyway, the point is, back to my story here. So that night I was in bed and oh my goodness, it was so tender. Oh, it it hurt even more that night. Oh my god! But anyway, the next morning didn't hurt anymore. It was still huge. Oh, sorry. Um, Double, triple. It's not coming out using my hands. My ankle was still severely swollen. My ankle was still every color in the rainbow. It didn't hurt. Like, it didn't hurt. When I woke up and I was like, moving my foot around, I was like, damn, it doesn't hurt. And I wasn't shocked because I had seen some weird stuff in the past, but it was like first time someone did that to me on me, and I was like, oh my god, this is awesome. So I tried to walk on it. I could walk on it. Like there was no pain. Like there was no limp. I was like, besides it looking ridiculous, it was like it never happened. Like for real. Like totally, 100%. Holy shit! Look at that. That is amazing. And that very evening, I was with my buddy, and we were picking up our friend who was working at a retail store. They were getting off that night. It was probably like 9:30 at night. And I don't know why I'm giving you all these little details, but I figured, better to be more specific than less. I really trying to just let you know exactly what happened. And I sprinted, not like a full sprint, but I ran. Let's say it was faster than a jog. It wasn't a sprint. It was a run. I ran about 50 meters across the parking lot without a limp and without my ankle hurting that night, 24 hours later after the injury occurred. Totally true story. It was pretty awesome.